Dolly family, how are we doing today? I hope that we're doing well, but if not, big hugs to you. So I have a little bit of a different video today, a little bit of a informative video, I guess. So I have, hi, my name is Leisha. This is my Nursery Beakies and Blankies nursery, and I am a adult doll collector. I do collect a variety of dolls, including artist rendered reborns, manufactured reborns, Paradise Gallery, Ashton Drake, Cabbage Patch Kids, the like our generation, American Girl. I have some of those. I have some Monster High, Rainbow High, Disney Illy, some Barbie, Disney Princesses. I got a variety of dolls. Plus I collect stuffies. So I'm a big kid. I'm a big kid. I do play with my dolls. I do love on my stuffies. I thoroughly enjoy my hobby. I do know that the dolls are not real. And I do some role play on my channel, and pretending that they're real. I know they're not real though. But I still love the whole point of that is just for you to know what my channel is, who I am, and what I'm about. All right, so I usually do chat and changes, a little role play, blanket reveals, and here and there I do some informational videos, and I'm kind of excited about this. I don't know if it's going to be like a series or just a few videos spurted out here and there. I'm basically just giving you what I've learned in the last 2 years of really heavily doll collecting and being on YouTube. Mind you, I have been a doll collector my entire life. I've just pulled back for a while, and then I jumped back in with both feet and full force. So I do have me a little cup of coffee. So I'm gonna be, sipping on that here and there. I have coffee chats too, and I thought about making this like a coffee chat. I mean, it kind of is. I'm drinking coffee, we're chatting, but I think I'm just gonna leave it as informative videos. So that's the category it's gonna fall under. So if you read my title, which I do have notes this time too, if y'all have been following me for a while, I made notes. Are you proud of me? I'm proud of me. So the title is Shocking Reborn Doll Expenses You're Not Prepared For. And these are, maybe you are prepared for them. Maybe you did your homework, but sometimes we just jump into something that we find exciting and don't think about the costs per se. Or the space that it takes. Yeah. So basically, let's talk about what a reborn doll is. Okay. So, and this is a huge debate in the community about what a reborn doll is. Some people, okay, say that a reborn doll is only when an artist, and I have my beautiful Nani here. This is Kanani, and she is a really gorgeous, beautiful baby reborn doll. She is artist rendered. She is from an authentic kit. Oh my goodness, artist. I don't know why that just like escaped me. Her artist is Lori over at Lori's Precious Angels, I'm pretty sure is the name of her nursery. And she's a newer artist as far as I know. She hasn't been out that long, but she's really good and she makes beautiful babies. So so this is Nani. Nani is what is her sculpt name? I don't remember her name or her sculptor, but I remember her artist. But she's a beautiful, beautiful sculpt, beautiful kit, beautifully brought to life by Lori, and a beautiful piece of my collection. Now, some people say only the ones like this are considered reborn dolls. In my world, which I get to rule what I say in my world because it's my world, right? In my nursery, I will say, okay, in my nursery, all of my dolls that look like a baby or toddler are considered a reborn in my world, okay, in my nursery. So this is, you know, this is like, everybody would agree this is a reborn that I'm holding in my hand right now. Now, we'll put her down, and I'm gonna grab, I don't wanna spill my coffee. Oh, let me see if I can sit her down nicely without her falling. I've got so much stuff everywhere. Now, this, I also consider this a reborn doll. The reason why is because she looks childlike, lifelike to me. She looks like a baby or a toddler, and so to me, that's what a reborn, you know, kind of is to me. Now, I know there is a whole, I'm going to read to you in just a minute what the definition of a reborn is, according to, I think it's Wikipedia, but we'll get into that in a minute. So this I also consider a reborn doll, but this is a manufactured baby that actually is off of Amazon. So any babies off of Amazon, Temu, Shein, AliExpress, anywhere that you can like buy it in a store or on a store like thing offline, they're going to be manufactured, meaning that they were made in a factory. Now, some of the manufactured dolls are actually still hand painted. They actually have hand painted artists that hand paint them. They, you know, and some of them are machine painted. I'm going to say for the most part, most of them are hand painted. That's like a big thing, right? And the reason why I say that, because when you're using a machine painted, when you use machines to paint, it's not as precise as some of these babies look, because they're getting really good over there in the manufactured world. Now, what also considers a manufactured baby is a Paradise Galleries. This is a Paradise Galleries, and also Ashton Drake makes manufactured babies. Oh goodness, I keep dropping her little sock. So this is a Paradise Galleries, and I only have a couple Ashton Drakes. They're older ones. And Ashton Drake has stepped up their game too, that I've seen with the newer Ashton Drake dolls, and they're looking better and better too. So I'm not going to show my Ashton Drake. You can go look up Ashton Drake and see the babies. Oh, I thought my thing stopped recording. But anyway, so she is, and to me, she looks like a lifelike little baby. And so I call her a reborn. But in the actual reborn community, she's not considered a reborn either. Neither are the other manufactured kits. The only kits that are considered reborns in the purest reborn community is the artist rendered ones, which, you know, each their own. I'm not mad about it, but you know, just in my nursery, I love them all, I collect them all, and I have fun with them all. Yes, I do. So oh, let's look up real quick. Let's look up what is a reborn doll and get the actual definition for it, just for the sake of it, right? Just for the sake of it. Here we go. Wikipedia says pretty much the same thing that other sites say. So we're just going to go with it. A reborn doll is a handmade art doll that resembles a human infant with as much realism as possible. The process of creating a reborn doll is referred to as reborning, and the doll artists are referred to as reborners. Reborn dolls may be created from a blank kit or from a manufactured doll, and also known as lifelike dolls or reborn baby dolls. Now, so they're saying, yeah, from a kit, you know, but they're also saying that you can get a manufactured doll and reborn it too. So actually, yeah, I'm not wrong. I'm not even wrong. I didn't even know that. So anyway, that's what a reborn doll is. And actually, you know, reborn dolls started a while ago. I'm sure a lot of you have heard the story of they started with Behringer babies, making them over because they already looked and had like the mannerism of a newborn baby. So they made them more lifelike. Now, I will put this in there, okay? I will put this in there. There are artists out there, or I guess I should call them reborners out there, who make the dolls look so lifelike that you cannot tell the different. I mean, like you really think it's a real baby. I have a few in here though that I've taken out and people have thought they're real babies. So, you know, like I said, it's getting better and better and better. So to reborn a doll, of course, you got to get the kit, you got to get the paint. There's a lot that goes into reborning a doll. It's a very time-consuming and can be tedious process. And my hat's off to the artists and the sculptors, even though some of them are very, very mean and not very nice to people. But there are some really lovely ones out there too. I just want to put that out there. But there are some very talented people in our world who make extremely beautiful creations, right? And I do want to cover that. I do appreciate the art, the realism, and the hard work that go into the dolls that people reborn, whether that be from a kit they got from an authentic, as they call it, or from a manufactured kit. I have some dolls from manufactured kits that have been reborn, and they look very lifelike. So that's it's kind of the basics on reborns. Okay, all right, so now we're going to go into so that was kind of like part one. So now we're gonna zoom on over. So part two, we are going to cover some of the hidden costs of reborn care. Yes, there is such thing. I mean, yes, it's a doll, but if you're like an adult and you, regardless if you are an adult collector who only uses it as a piece of art and displays it, or if you're an art collector who enjoys dressing and changing them and still just displaying them, or if you're a collector, there's so many ways that we collect dolls, and none of it's wrong. Not one way that you do it is wrong. Well, within reason, people. Let's be decent people here, because I don't want anybody chiming on about something that should not be. Okay? If you know, you know. Okay, so I done got myself off track because I wanted to make sure to put that in there. whether you're like, I'm a collector who, I love the beauty of the doll, I love the realism, but I also really, really love playing with my babies. I love doing their hair, I love dressing them, I love pretending to feed them, I love pretending that they're interacting with each other. My dolls get a lot of use on them. They get I play with my dolls, not so much as we'll say a child does, because you know, children, that's, you know, a whole different story. They're going to be a lot rougher, a lot more I guess abusive with their dolls, because I mean, like a child, like as a child, I remember carrying my dolls everywhere with me. I don't per se do that with these guys. Like, I do have times, like I said, I am an adult. I have a house to take care of. I have family to take care of. So I can't always be playing with my dolls. But I do love to play with them. But regardless of what kind of collector you are, and you may be a collector who does carry your doll everywhere, and there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that. But what I'm saying is there are expenses because of the wear and the tear that we put on these dolls from treating them like, you know, babies, or, you know, even if you are keeping them on a shelf, you know, dust is going to fall on them. Even if you have them in a shelf that's covered, over time, dust will still fall on them. It finds its way into places, right? So beyond purchasing, you know, you get this doll, and regardless if you get an authentic Reborn and you pay, you know, authentic Reborns can go anywhere from a couple of $100 to thousands of dollars, or if you buy a manufactured, so far that I've seen, the manufactured babies only go up into the hundreds, and it's, you know, the bigger you get, the more it's going to cost. Same, that's like it's down the line. Or if you get the Paradise Galleries or what have you, your doll's going to need some care too. So, and some of that is like, if they, let's take silicone dolls for an example. They're known to rip in places, and if you don't know how to fix it, then you're going to have to send that off to somebody to see if they can fix this baby. That's going to cost more money. If you get glass eyes in your babies, I've seen a couple people with the babies, their dolls have shattered glass eyes because they dropped them the wrong way and it's glass. It shattered, you know, it's like, it didn't come out in pieces, but the eye is shattered and you can see it. So there's an expense of maybe having to replace the eyes. And again, if you don't know how to do that to yourself, you're going to have to send that off. Paint, rubs, or on the fingers, toes, you know, it can be pretty much anywhere. Paint can come off the baby. If you don't know how to fix that, you're gonna have to send that off to be fixed. And the same can go with manufactured dolls. Now they don't tend to, unless you modify them, they don't tend to come with like the glass eyes. They come with whatever eyes they have, but they're plastic. At least, and so far mine have all been plastic. But you still, so manufactured dolls, they don't come weighted, and a lot of times their arms are really tightly on there. And I've actually had a few artist rendered dolls where the arms are too tight and I've had to reweight or restuff them too. And these are all expenses that you're going to have to pay out of your pocket to do these things. So like with a manufactured doll, you're going to have to figure in zip ties, fluff and stuff, weighted glass beads, or the plastic like poly pellets, or whatever it is you're weighting your doll with, the pantyhose or whatever it is that you're using to put the glass beads or the poly pellets in, to weight the baby. You know, there's expenses, right? And those are just trying to keep the baby's upkeep. right? And hair, if the baby has hair, like Nani has hair, and she was rooted by a professional. So if her hair starts falling out, I would either have to send her back to get her re-rooted, or I would have to do that myself if I could, because that's just part of, you know, having the doll, keeping them clean. So what I do with my babies is I use a little bit of a damp, not wet, but a damp Q-tip to get into their eyes, their mouth, their nostrils, their ears, and between fingers and toes, anywhere that like a washcloth couldn't get. And then I'll get a very damp, a damp washcloth and wash down their limbs and their legs and their face, but not too often. You can't do it too often, because if you do, you're gonna rub the paint off. But it needs to be done every once in a while, because the dust and the oil from our fingers and stuff get on them. You know, the more you play with your dolls, the more wear and tear you're going to come across. And then, so there's, you know, wear and tear on there. And then what about the expenses of, the hidden expenses of, okay, maybe these aren't so hidden. I think the taking care of the babies may be something that we don't think about when we're buying them, because I know I didn't think nothing about that stuff. But I did think about these costs, but they are a little funner to think about, and that's the cost of buying the clothes, the cute accessories, the strollers and car seats, if you know, however deep you want to go. But I really enjoy that part. I enjoy buying the clothes and the accessories for the babies. I think it's a really fun part of it. It makes kind of what makes the hobby so much fun is all the stuff. It's all the stuff. Earrings, glasses, hair things for the, you know, for the girls, hats, mittens, and shoes and socks, and just, you know, anything, toys, stuffies, any kind of, you know, pack and plays, cribs, changing tables, just anything you can think of for a baby. You know, a lot of it you can use with your reborns, pacifiers and bottles. I mean, it's just endless, the amount of money that you could spend here. So just a few things for thought about what I've came across in having the reborns, watching all the reborn channels, listening to you guys when you email me or leave messages for me, or comments down in the comment section. These are all just things that I've ran across, and I thought this would be good information, especially for beginners. I know there are a lot of people who have messaged me lately and they're like, I'm a beginner, I just started collecting, you know, or I'm thinking about collecting, I'm getting my first doll soon. And congratulations! Welcome to the wonderful world of the doll hobby, of doll collecting and being a doll mommy. It's wonderful and fun and so much. Part 3, doll community. This is one of the wonderful things about the doll collecting, is finding your dolly sisters and brothers to talk about, share pictures with, talk about the latest doll video with, your favorite, you know, YouTubers, Instagrammers, TikTokers. You know, there's so much out there in the doll community now, the doll hobby. So many people to meet. I've met a few of you in person, and then a lot of you through email and friend mail, and you know, just commenting on my stuff. So, you know, make sure that if that's something that you want, you know, reach out and connect to, there's a lot of people, you know, there's so many people in this hobby. So, you know, definitely reach out. Instagram is, I think Instagram's a really good place to go and find other doll mommies who like to chat. In the comments, just, you know, start following some people. You'll get the vibe if they're okay with what you're doing. As far as collecting, you don't ever have permission to Buy what you want to buy with your money, but there are people out there who are not fond of people who buy manufactured dolls. Just be aware if you are one that also buys manufactured dolls. But it's still like I've made so many good friends, and yeah, so if you would like to, you can share your experience down in the comments below. All right, final thoughts, and some budgeting tips. All right, let me see what I wrote down on this because I don't remember. So just remember that with a reborn, the care of it can be expensive. So you might, you know, if you can budget for that, then budgeting for that is something, you know, put a little money aside here and there for just in cases. Make sure, one thing I don't ever want you to do is, I'm not telling you how to spend your money, that's not it, but I am going to ask you to please take care of yourself and your family before you take care of your hobby, you know, because there was a few times when I've gotten emails about, well, I bought a doll and now I can't afford to feed my animals, or I can't afford food for the week because I bought this doll. And I'm like, well, you know, let's prioritize what's important. I do have a lot of dolls. However, I've never ever, I always prioritize my family first, and our needs before I get a doll. Yeah, just make sure, one of the things too is make sure to take care of yourself, you know, make sure that you're comfortable, that you can eat, that your rent and utilities are paid, that just, you know, just to be able to care for your new baby when you bring her home or him. You know, like I said, I'm not telling you how to spend your money. You are a grown person. You get to decide that. That's one of the many fun things about being an adult. Just, you know, just try to prioritize your needs first. And let's see. And when you know, I know a lot of people talk about the cost of the dolls, and yes, if you buy an artist rendered doll, it is going to cost more because somebody put their time, their supplies, and their effort into making that doll. And when you get a doll like that, it is going to cost more money. I totally understand that. I totally understand, you know, that why they cost more than, say, a manufactured doll. But you know, when you're picking out your doll, whether it be manufactured or an authentic doll, don't make sure. That's not what I'm trying to say. I'm trying to say, my husband keeps calling me. I'm gonna get him in just a minute. I'm just trying to say, enjoy the process. That's what I'm trying to say. When you want that baby, enjoy that process, from the picking that baby out, looking and seeing who you want, making that payment purchase, whether it's a payment plan or buying it all at once, however your budget affords it, whether it's oh, I don't know, whatever step you're on in buying that process, enjoy it. It's so much fun. I didn't make this video to steer you away from buying a reborn doll or getting into the reborn hobby. I just made this video because these are some things that I found interesting, and I also would have I personally would have liked to known some of these before I started collecting. Not that it would have stopped me, it just would have been nice to, you know, kind of know. I did know some from watching other people's videos, of course, but some of it I didn't think about, you know. So, and if you guys have any tips, tricks, or what tidbits to put in there, throw them down in the comment section below. I'm sure we'd all love to hear it. Tell me your experience of your dolls, buying your dolls, and loving on your dolls. And yeah, I hope this was helpful. So this is the end. This is the end of this video. I don't know, I may or may not do more like this. Let me know in the comment section below if you would like to hear more of these, if I can think of more. Yeah, so leave me a comment down in the comment section. Give me a big thumbs up if you like this video. Please hit that subscribe button if you have not, and don't forget to turn on the bell notifications so you know when my videos pop up. There's also a join button there. If you click that, it will tell you how to join the Flutterflies. You get more content for that monthly membership price. And if you just push the button, it'll tell you all about it, and you can decide if you want to sign up or not. I also will put a link to that down in my description box below, just in case it's easier for you to find. While you're in the description box, look around down there. I put all kinds of stuff that I find on there. I truly appreciate you guys. I've had a really nice time talking with you guys. I hope to see you again in the next video. Don't forget to be kind, be gentle, but most importantly, be you, because we love you just the way you are. Bye guys, we'll see you next time.